Well, if you're worried about how the government's net zero plan is messing up your life, then you're not going to like where tens of millions of your taxpayer dollars are going. This time, it's into the pocket of the A-list elites and the big corporates. It's all part of the government's Jet Zero plan. Here was Climate Change and Energy Minister Chris Bowen making the announcement on Wednesday.
Australians love to fly, but Australians also want to see their country move to net zero. Emissions from aviation are only 1.5% of our national emissions, but if we're going to reduce emissions by 43% and get to net zero, we need to make every post a winner. Aviation is what we call a hard-to-abate sector. People in the sector want to reduce emissions, but it's genuinely difficult.
Every poster winner. You reckon this government can't make one poster winner? Everyone's a loser under their proposals. Well, here to discuss this with her usual hidden agenda segment is former MP Nicole Flint. Nicole, great to have you on the show. Can you believe this? $30 million of taxpayer money going to big corporates, the billionaires, to abate their private jet emissions and international travel emissions. It's nonsensical.
Well, Cory, Qantas have just announced, a $1.4 billion profit. You know, Richard Branson is personally worth something like $3 billion. I just think if they want to go jet zero, surely they can help fund this themselves. Why is the taxpayer funding something that private enterprise could and should be doing?
It seems though they got this idea from the US and UK, hardly models to follow, if I can put it like that. How has it worked in those countries?
Well, pretty much anything that Boris Johnson suggested or the American President Biden suggested, I would be assessing very carefully before we adopted it. And yet Labor have adopted Jet Zero from the UK. Over there, they've invested something like 330 million Australian dollars, so 180 million pounds, to look at, Cory, using waste oil. So leftover cooking oil to turn it into jet fuel, to make aviation fuel more sustainable. So that's what we're looking at. And so Labor, Chris Bowen and Catherine King have come out and said, we're going to use tallow and canola oil here in Australia because currently they're exported. Now, Cory, if I was a canola grower, I'd be really nervous about this because are we about to see the federal Labor government do what they've done to coal and to gas and put price caps on things like tallow and canola that we currently export to earn export dollars and farmers making money? Are they going to put some price caps and export caps on here like they have in coal and gas?
Well, this is a reasonable question. Is the detail out there? Where are they going to source this from? Are they going to bid up the price, make our export dollars less effective or less available? The detail. What did Chris Bowen have to say about that?
Oh, no, nothing, of course. Come on, it's Labor, Cory. They write all of these things on the back of a beer coaster, I think, and then come out and announce that they're spending another $30 million of taxpayers' money when we've got one of the biggest economic crises facing the country in a long time. There was also, over in the US, I just want to mention this one because this is how ridiculous the whole proposal is. A United Airlines spokesperson said, talking about the Biden plan, that they want to use sticks and leaves from forest waste to create this fuel as well. I think, Cory, I'm interested in just flying safely. I'm pretty happy to stick with aviation fuel here because I know that it gets us there and back on time.
We're going back to the Wright brothers, sticks and canvas, that'll be there all the way. Exactly.